Chosen ones, when your mind finds struggle, it's a huge spiritual gift. Let me ask you this: when was the last time your mind truly struggled? I don't mean the kind of fleeting frustration we feel when something inconvenient happens. I'm talking about a deep, soul-shaking struggle, the kind that keeps you awake at night, the kind that makes you question everything. That struggle, as painful as it feels in the moment, is not a curse. It is not a punishment. It is a gift. And if you're here, if you're listening to this, there's a reason for it. You are one of the chosen ones. Now, what does it mean to be chosen? It doesn't mean you're better than anyone else or that your life will be easier. In fact, it often means the opposite. Being chosen means you've been called to a higher path, a deeper purpose. It means your soul has agreed, whether you're aware of it or not, to take on a journey that requires immense growth, immense courage, and immense transformation. And struggle. Struggle is the fire that forges the chosen ones. But here's the thing: most of us don't recognize struggle for what it really is. When life becomes difficult, when our minds are weighed down by doubt, fear, or confusion, our first instinct is to resist. We tell ourselves, this shouldn't be happening. We look for ways to escape, to numb the pain, to avoid the discomfort. But what if I told you that the very thing you're trying to avoid is the key to your awakening? What if the struggle in your mind isn't here to break you, but to build you? Let's think about this for a moment. Every great transformation begins with a breaking point. Look at nature. A seed has to break open for a tree to grow. A caterpillar has to dissolve into a formless goo to become a butterfly. And you're no different. When your mind finds struggle, it's because something within you is trying to break open, to transform, to evolve. The question is, are you willing to let it? Are you willing to face the discomfort, the uncertainty, the pain, and trust that it's leading you somewhere greater? Now, I'm not saying this is easy. In fact, it's one of the hardest things you'll ever do. But here's the truth: struggle is a spiritual initiation. It's a test, yes, but it's also an invitation. It's the universe saying, you are ready for more. You are ready to grow, and the reason it feels so hard is because your mind is clinging to what it knows. Your old beliefs, your old patterns, your old ways of being, they're all trying to hold on. But deep down, you know it's time to let them go. You know it's time to step into a new version of yourself, even if you don't know what that looks like yet.
Click subscribe to this channel to get more profound spiritual lesson.
Let me ask you something. What if you stopped seeing struggle as something to fear and started seeing it as a guide? What if every challenge, every doubt, every painful thought was a teacher, showing you where you need to heal, where you need to grow? Because that's exactly what it is. Struggle is not random. It's not meaningless. It's a mirror, reflecting back to you the parts of yourself that need your attention. The parts of yourself that are ready to transform. For example, let's say you're struggling with feelings of unworthiness. Your mind is constantly telling you that you're not good enough, that you'll never succeed, that you don't deserve love or happiness. It's painful, isn't it? But here's the thing: that pain is a gift. It's showing you the wound that's been hiding in your subconscious, the belief that's been holding you back. And once you see it, you have the power to heal it. You have the power to rewrite the story. But healing doesn't happen by avoiding the struggle. It happens by leaning into it, by sitting with the discomfort, by asking yourself the hard questions, by listening to what your mind is trying to tell you. And yes, it will be messy. It will be uncomfortable, but it will also be liberating. Because on the other side of that struggle, there is freedom. There is clarity. There is clarity. There is a version of you that is stronger, wiser, and more aligned with your true purpose. Now, let's talk about purpose. Because if you're a chosen one, struggle is not just about personal growth, it's about preparing you for something greater. You see, the chosen ones are not here to live ordinary lives. They are here to make an impact, to bring light to the world, to lead, to inspire, to heal. And the reason your struggle feels so intense is because your purpose is so big. The universe is preparing you, shaping you, refining you so that you can step into your role, so that you can fulfill the mission your soul came here to complete. But here's the catch: you can't step into your purpose if you're afraid of struggle. You can't become the person you're meant to be if you're constantly running from the challenges that are meant to shape you. So, the next time your mind finds itself in struggle, I want you to ask yourself this: what is this moment trying to teach me? What part of me is being called to grow? And how can I embrace this struggle as the spiritual gift that it is? Because that's what struggle is, a gift. It's the universe saying, you are ready for more. It's your soul saying, let's grow. It's life saying, you are chosen. The fire of transformation, how struggle unlocks your true power. Let's go deeper. Struggle is not just a challenge, it's fire. And fire, while it burns, is also the force of transformation. Think about it: fire refines. It purifies. It burns away the unnecessary, the false, the weak, leaving behind only what is true, strong, and essential. Your struggles are that fire. Every doubt, every fear, every moment of pain is not here to destroy you, it's here to refine you. It's here to unlock something within you that has been waiting to emerge. But the question is, are you willing to stand in the fire? You see, most people run from struggle because they fear the burn. They fear the discomfort, the uncertainty, the loss of control. But what if I told you that the fire is where your true power lies? What if I told you that the things you're clinging to, the old beliefs, the old patterns, the old versions of yourself, are the very things holding you back? The fire of struggle is not here to punish you, it's here to free you. And freedom, real freedom, requires you to let go of what no longer serves you, even if it's painful. Let me ask you this: what are you holding onto that's keeping you stuck? Maybe it's a belief that you're not good enough, not smart enough, not capable. Maybe it's a story you've been telling yourself about why you can't succeed, why you can't be happy, why you don't deserve love. Or maybe it's a fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of the unknown. Whatever it is, the fire of struggle is here to burn it away. But it won't happen unless you let it, unless you stop resisting and allow yourself to be transformed. Think about the most incredible people in history, the ones who changed the world, who inspired millions, who left a legacy that still ripples through time. Do you think their lives were easy? Do you think they never struggled? Of course not. In fact, their struggles were often their greatest teachers. They didn't become great despite their struggles, they became great because of them. The fire they endured shaped them into who they were meant to be. And the same is true for you. The truth is, struggle is the birthplace of strength. It's where you discover what you're truly capable of. It's where you find the parts of yourself you didn't know existed. When your mind is pushed to its limits, when your heart feels like it's breaking, when everything in you wants to give up, that's when your true power is revealed. That's when you realize that the strength you've been searching for outside of yourself has been within you all along. But let's be real, standing in the fire is not easy. It's messy, it's uncomfortable, it's painful. And sometimes it feels like it's too much to bear. But here's the secret: the fire will never burn more than it needs to. It will only burn what is no longer serving you. It will only burn what you're ready to release. So if you're in the fire right now, If your mind is struggling, if your heart feels heavy, I want you to know this: you are exactly where you're meant to be. This is not the end. This is the beginning of your transformation. Let me give you an example. Think about a diamond. Before it becomes the brilliant, shining gem we all admire, it starts as a lump of coal. That coal is placed under immense pressure, intense heat, and over time it transforms. The same is true for you. Your struggles are the pressure, the heat, the fire that is transforming you into the diamond you were always meant to be. But here's the thing: the coal doesn't resist the process. It doesn't fight the fire. It surrenders to it, trusting that the transformation will bring out its brilliance. Can you do the same? Let me ask you something. What if you stopped fighting your struggles? What if, instead of resisting them, you surrendered to them? Not in defeat, but in trust. Trust that the fire is here to help you, not harm you. Trust that the struggle is shaping you into the person you're meant to be. Trust that the universe knows what it's doing, even if you don't understand it right now. Because the truth is, the fire of struggle is not random. It's not meaningless. It's part of a divine plan, a plan to help you grow, to help you evolve, to help you step into your power. And here's the most beautiful part: when you come out of the fire, you're not just stronger, you're freer. Freer from the limitations of your mind. Freer from the fears that held you back. Freer from the false identities that kept you small. You become more of who you truly are, and that's the ultimate gift of struggle. It doesn't just build you, it reveals you. It shows you the light within you that can never be extinguished, no matter how intense the fire gets. So, the next time you find yourself in struggle, remember this: the fire is not your enemy. It's your ally. It's here to help you grow, to help you heal, to help you uncover the power that has been within you all along. The question is, will you let it? Will you trust the process? Will you stand in the fire and allow yourself to be transformed? The rebirth of the chosen, emerging from struggle as your highest self. Now, let's talk about what happens after the fire. When the struggle has done its work, when the flames have burned away what no longer serves you, there's a moment of rebirth. This is where the chosen ones are truly born. But here's the thing: rebirth is not something that happens to you. It's something you step into. It's a choice, a conscious decision to rise from the ashes of your old self and embrace the person you were always meant to be. The question is, are you ready to rise? Think about this for a moment. When you've been through a struggle so deep, so consuming, you don't come out of it the same person. You can't. The fire changes you. It strips away your illusions, your fears, your doubts, and leaves you with something raw, something real. It leaves you with the truth of who you are. And that truth, it's powerful, it's unshakable, it's the you that has been waiting to emerge all along. But here's where most people get stuck. They go through the fire, they endure the struggle, but they don't allow themselves to rise. They stay in the ashes, clinging to the remnants of who they used to be, because it feels familiar, because it feels safe. But safety is an illusion. The old version of you, the one who existed before the struggle, cannot take you where you're meant to go. That version of you has served its purpose. It's time to let it go. It's time to step into the new. Let me ask you this: who are you becoming? Not who you've been, not who others expect you to be, but who you are becoming. This is an important question because the answer is entirely up to you. The fire has cleared the path, but you have to walk it. You have to claim your rebirth, and this requires courage. It requires you to trust that the struggle you endured was not in vain, that it was preparing you for something greater. So, how do you step into your rebirth? How do you emerge from struggle as your highest self? The first step is to let go of the story. The story of your struggle, the story of your pain, the story of why things didn't go the way you wanted them to. These stories served a purpose, but they are not who you are. They are not your identity. Your identity is so much bigger than your struggle. It's so much bigger than your past. You are not defined by what happened to you. You are defined by what you choose to become. The second step is to reconnect with your power. Struggle has a way of making us feel small, powerless, like we're at the mercy of forces beyond our control. But the truth is, the power was never outside of you. It was always within you. The fire of struggle didn't take your power away, it revealed it. It showed you that even in your darkest moments, you had the strength to keep going. Even when everything felt like it was falling apart, you found a way to hold on. That power is still with you. It always has been. Now is the time to claim it. But here's the thing about power, it's not about controlling the outside world. It's about mastering your inner world. It's about knowing that no matter what happens, no matter what challenges come your way, you have the strength, the wisdom, and the resilience to face them. This is what it means to be reborn. It's not about escaping struggle, it's about transcending it. It's about rising above the circumstances of your life and realizing that you are so much more than them. Let me ask you something. What would your life look like if you fully stepped into your power? If you stopped letting fear dictate your choices? If you stopped holding yourself back because of what others might think or because of the doubts in your mind? What if you trusted yourself completely, your intuition, your vision, your dreams, because that's what your highest self is calling you to do? It's calling you to trust, to believe, to act with the knowing that you are capable of far more than you've ever imagined. The final step in your rebirth is to live in alignment with your truth. This means letting go of anything that doesn't resonate with who you are becoming. It means setting boundaries, honoring your values, and making choices that reflect the person you want to be. It means living with purpose, with intention, with courage. And yes, it will be uncomfortable at times. Yes, it will require you to take risks, to step into the unknown, to face your fears. But this is the path of the chosen. This is the path of the reborn. And let me tell you something, the world needs you. It needs your light, your wisdom, your unique gifts. Your struggle was not just for you, it was for the people you are meant to impact, the lives you are meant to touch. When you rise, you give others permission to rise with you. When you step into your highest self, you become a beacon for others to do the same. This is the responsibility of the chosen ones. This is the gift of struggle. So, as you stand at the edge of your rebirth, ask yourself this: who will I choose to be? Will I stay in the ashes, clinging to the past? Or will I rise and claim the life I was meant to live? The choice is yours. The fire has done its work. Now it's your turn. The infinite path, living as a chosen one in a world that needs you. So now you've risen. You've faced the fire, endured the struggle, and stepped into the truth of who you are. But what happens next? What does it mean to live as a chosen one in a world that is often chaotic, uncertain, and full of challenges? This is where your true journey begins, not in the absence of struggle, but in the way you carry yourself through life with the wisdom and power you've gained. Being chosen isn't about escaping the world, it's about transforming it, starting from within. Let me ask you, do you feel the weight of responsibility that comes with being chosen? It's not a burden in the way most people think. It's not about perfection, nor is it about solving every problem or carrying the world on your shoulders. It's about embodying the truth of your own transformation in everything you do. It's about becoming a living example of what is possible when you embrace struggle as a spiritual gift. It's about showing others that they too have the power to rise. But here's the thing: living as a chosen one is not a destination. It's a path, an infinite path. There will be new challenges, new struggles, and new fires to face. And that's the beauty of it. Every step on this journey offers you the chance to grow deeper in your wisdom, your compassion, and your strength. Being chosen doesn't mean you've arrived. It means you've committed to the process of continual evolution, to becoming more and more aligned with your highest self. So how do you walk this infinite path? The first step is humility. As a chosen one, it's easy to feel like you've been set apart, like you've been given something others haven't. But the truth is, everyone has the potential to rise. Everyone has the capacity to transform. Your struggles may have been unique to you, but they are not more or less important than anyone else's. Humility reminds you that your role is not to elevate yourself above others, but to walk beside them, to guide them, to inspire them by living your truth. Humility also reminds you that you are still human. Even as a chosen one, you will make mistakes. You will have moments of doubt, fear, and imperfection. And that's okay. The path is not about being flawless, it's about being authentic. It's about showing up, even when it's hard. It's about choosing growth, even when it's uncomfortable. It's about being real, because real is what inspires others to step into their own power. The second step is service. As a chosen one, your transformation is not just for you, it's for the world. The wisdom you've gained, the strength you've cultivated, the light you carry, they are meant to be shared. But service doesn't have to mean grand gestures or sweeping changes. Sometimes the most profound service is simply showing up as your highest self in the small, everyday moments of life. It's being kind when others are not. It's listening when someone feels unheard. It's offering hope when someone is lost in their own fire. Service is about alignment. When you live in alignment with your truth, you naturally become a source of light for others. You don't have to force it. You don't have to try to fix anyone or save everyone. Simply by being who you are, by embodying the lessons you've learned, by walking the path with integrity, you inspire others to find their own way. Your presence becomes a reminder that struggle is not the end, but the beginning. That transformation is possible, that they too are chosen. The third step is trust. Trust in yourself. Trust in the process. Trust in the infinite wisdom of the universe. There will be moments when the path feels uncertain, when you're faced with new struggles, and you wonder if you're strong enough to endure them. But remember this: the same fire that forged you before will forge you again. The same power that carried you through the darkest nights is still within you. Trust that every challenge you face is an opportunity to grow deeper, to rise higher, to step more fully into your purpose. And finally, the fourth step is surrender. Surrender to the fact that you are not in control of everything, and you don't need to be. The chosen ones are not here to control the world, but to move in harmony with it. To trust the flow of life even when it doesn't make sense. To let go of the need to have all the answers and instead embrace the mystery of the infinite. Surrender doesn't mean giving up, it means opening up. It means allowing life to guide you, knowing that every step, every challenge, every moment is part of a larger divine plan. So, as you walk this infinite path, ask yourself, how can I serve today? How can I live in alignment with my truth? How can I trust the process, even when it feels uncertain? And most importantly, how can I surrender to the infinite, knowing that I am exactly where I'm meant to be? Because this is what it means to live as a chosen one. It's not about being perfect. It's not about avoiding struggle. It's about walking the path with courage, with humility, with grace. It's about embracing the infinite, knowing that your journey is not just for you, it's for the world. And the world needs you now more than ever. So rise, walk the path, and trust that you are exactly who you are meant to be.